Okay, Patricia Rosatello here, and now we are looking at GetResponse. GetResponse is email management system that I've been using for a few years. I really like it. It's easy to use, it's intuitive, it's sophisticated if you're a slightly more advanced marketer. The customer service has been absolutely outstanding. They're always there on the chat, they're always there to help. And I highly recommend using them. So I'm not going to walk you through getting signed up, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in and I'm going to show you around and show you what an account looks like on the inside. Now, they do offer a 30-day free trial, so you get to go in and you get to play with everything. You get to import your subscribers, set up opt-ins, play with the automations, do everything. So here I'm going to log in. Okay, so this is the dashboard. As you can see, it's in blue here, dashboard. And you can go to add contacts, you can create a form, you can create a newsletter, you can create a landing page. Okay, these show some of the lists that I have, the number of subscribers that are on them currently. This shows the last newsletter that I sent out, which has had a 32% open rate, which is pretty good. We had 2 people who didn't think they fit with the subscription anymore, so they unsubscribed, and that's great. Had a couple that bounced from soft email boxes, full email boxes. And you can also click on in here and see more of the stats. We'll just go really super quick. I know you want to see other things too. So this is what the stats page looks like. When it loads. Okay, this is what it looks like. I can pin it to my dashboard and keep it there forever if I want, or I can just let it be removed by the next one. It shows how many got sent, how many got opened, how many were not opened. I can also email the people who didn't open. I can email the people who did. It shows the stats. It's pretty snazzy. Okay, back to the dashboards. Okay, so let's say you are just coming in and you want to start a list. So you're going to go over here. You're going to I've got a bunch here, so I might want to search for the list. I might go down here and I might create a campaign, a new campaign. So this might be a new email list. It might have, I might have put up a new website. I need all new opt-ins. I need maybe a whole bunch of things that we can do. So let's look at creating a campaign. Everything hinges around the campaign here in GetResponse. So we'll start with a campaign. So new campaign, button, create campaign. I always name these things wrong. New underscore campaign. It already exists in GetResponse database. Okay, well, we'll try something. Hopefully nobody else has this. Oh, I can't use that. Okay, that's the problem. Anyway, that's our new campaign at EBS Main 1. Does it like it? It likes it. Okay. So typically what I'll do then first is I'll go in and I'll edit the campaign settings. Okay. We've got general settings, you've got profile settings, and you have permission settings. Okay, and this shows the overall settings. You can change some of these things. I typically leave it in English. Do I want people to be able to subscribe via email? Typically I don't. Do I want notifications on? Not really. And this is my mailing address. Yes, that's my mailing address. Okay. And I can enter a campaign title. Category, I'm not real sure what the categories are, but they've got these different categories, and I think that when you pick one of these, then it organizes your templates a bit differently in the back end. We'll see. A campaign description, a logo if you need to have one uploaded, because then you can have it set up like confirmation pages and unsubscribe pages and a bunch of different pages for this campaign just automatically. They're just in there. It has an RSS feed. Okay. Permissions. Do we want to enable a confirmed opt-in for all of these? Yes, we do. Typically, I send them as HTML. I could send them as plain text and see how it updates the settings automatically immediately. Right? Okay. Now we can change the reply to email. We can change the email that it comes from. Okay. Let's say we want to keep that from email and we want to have it reply to something else. Okay. There we go. Okay. And then this is the confirmation message. This is the confirmation subject. I don't like to have the campaign name in the message subject, so what I tend to do is I tend to use confirmation required. You can go in, you can customize the confirmation message. And they've got some different templates. And kind of depending on what it's for, I might change it around a little. Let's say it's for easing. And this is what that one looks like. Let's say it's a free report. So then it says your request to join our mailing list and get our free report has been received and requires your confirmation. Da, 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 da. Okay, this is their new one. This is pretty slick looking. So here we might say, it already says hello and their first name. So let's say, howdy. Your report is in yonder corral. Please confirm. Get it. Okay. we can preview what this will look like. Right. Okay, so that's just an example. If you want the confirmation page hosted by GetResponse, you can have them do that. That's their default. If you have a confirmation page on your website, you can click custom URL. You have to put in a URL for this. I tend to use my own URLs for the confirmation page, so I typically will do that. So that's how we start setting up that list. Okay, so let's go back and we're going to look at creating a form. Look at some of the forms that they have. Now, in the years that I've been here, I haven't actually used many of their forms. I am currently using a website that is WordPress, and that I am using the Optimized Press theme on it. So it's got forms in it, and all I have to do is drag out a form and click a couple things and bing, 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 and there's, the form all set up. So I haven't been using these, but here they are, and they look pretty nice. So they've got different kinds of templates. They've got newsletter signups. We're asking this thing to do a lot right now, so it's going to be slow. GetResponse is never this slow. It's usually very, very fast. It's got different kinds of formats. So you've got wide ones, wider ones, huge ones, square ones, ones for a side column. Pretty much whatever you're going to need, they've got. And these are kind of cute. Okay. Anyway, I've got a bunch of different ones here. List builder apps. You can plunk in and go and code in plain HTML. They've got integrations with a bunch of different kinds of websites. Come on. Browser fun. Come on. Okay, now it's going to cooperate. Okay, let's take a look at the list builder apps. Okay, got a download box, got a sign up box, a shake box, exit pop-up, fixed bar, image box, scroll form. Let's take a look at the exit pop. Now, an exit pop is a pop-up that comes up when the user is getting ready to leave your page. Maybe their cursor is going up towards the top or up over towards here. Okay, so this is one of them. And these are kind of nice. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at the shake box. Looks like fun. Create a shake box. So it's a pop-up that I'm guessing shakes. To grab your attention. That's kind of cool. That's very cool. That would really grab attention. Let's look at the download box just for. Okay. So you want to get this guide, right? It's got the form, and you put your name and your email in. Let's see if we can do this. It might not work. Okay, I want the free guide. Oh, this is just the creation box. This would be a fun one to try. So my guess is that it signs a person up, and probably, I haven't tried this yet, but it probably will then come back, reload, and then have an item that you've already set up, obviously. That they can download just right from there. They don't have to go anywhere else. That's pretty slick. Fixed bar, what's their fixed bar? Honestly, I haven't been in here. I've been using other things. Oh, this is nice. This goes at the top of your web page. You can probably set it to go to the bottom of a web page. That is nice. Display effect, fade, slide. Very nice. Very nice. Plain HTML, that's going to be self-explanatory integrations. Things that you can use to integrate GetResponse into Facebook, into WordPress, a bunch of different things. And there's other things that one can use too, that they aren't showing here. Okay, so let's go and look at how to create, first off, a one-off email. We call them a newsletter here. I typically use the new email creator. I don't typically use the source editor. Within the new email editor, you can get access to the HTML if you need it. Okay, so now we're going to call this message something for our own reference. Subscribers aren't going to see this. Okay, so we might call it PBS, Equine Business Success, I don't know, June 13, 2016 newsletter, and I might have some little notation, just telling me what it was that we did in this newsletter. And this will be a subject line. Let's say, this is one that I used the other day that had pretty good open rate. You are not alone. And it works really well. And here we can change the from address if we want to send it from something other than the main list email. We can change the reply to address if we want. I'm going to click save, click on the next step. In the next step, you're going to choose your template. Okay, and they've got a pile of pre-designed templates. Look at all these. Just look at all of these that they've got. Yeah, and they've been adding to these because I know some of these are really new, pretty slick. Typically, I'll start from scratch. And these are their scratch templates. And typically, most of the time, I'll just start with a blank one. So we're going to start with a blank one. takes a moment for this to load. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a text block, and you can just drag it, or you can double click on it like that. Kaping, there we go. Okay, and then you just click on it. Okay, and you can just delete stuff out. You can paste stuff in over it. You can type. Yeah, I don't type well, so this is what we get for typing. If you're going to cut and paste things in, make sure that they are text. Okay. You can add an image. Come on. And I always recommend that you typically I only save a draft as I'm on my way out. It does show you a history, and this saves it every few seconds for you, so you can come back and fix what you messed up if you messed something up. Sometimes I'll save it as a template. If I'm sending out a weekend newsletter and it's a Friday and I'm going to resend it on Sunday, for example, then I'll save it as a template. Then I can come back Sunday and I can grab that template and I can just send it, tweak it a little bit and say, hey, I saw you didn't open this Friday, so here's Sunday. Hope you had a great weekend. That kind of thing. So it's really easy to use. I'll show you how to use the images. You just click on it. And they have images from iStock. They also allow you to upload your own images. So you can upload from a URL, and you can upload from your computer. You can, there's no real way to get rid of these, which it's not all bad. I often use this for my signature. You can also store snippets. Okay, so we're going to delete this. Come on. There we go. Okay. And I've got a bunch of different things stored in here. For example, okay, this is my did a friend forward this to you snippet. So come on over to, and it gives them a link so that people can grab that. I've got several different signatures in here. This is the one I'm currently using. They have some PayPal integrations. There's social integrations here, so you can grab a whole bunch of these. And, you can go back to your basic blocks and rulers. They've got image and text blocks. They've got a button, which is really nice. And you can go in and edit this button just like that. I'll put a URL in there, change the color, change pretty much anything you want about it. Okay, so we're gonna save that. It saves it, and then we're gonna go on to the next step. I'm not actually going to send this to anybody. Nobody would want to get that particular email. Okay, but then you can choose which of your campaigns that you want. Okay, you can exclude a few people. Okay, so people who are on this campaign are going to get it. People who are on this campaign are not going to get it. That kind of thing. Okay, so I'm going to untick all because I don't really want to send it. Let's see if I can send it to something that's. Okay, so it tells you how many subscribers are going to get it. So we're going to go to the next step. Okay, it gives you an HTML spam score message. You can preview them on a whole pile of different email browsers. Perfect timing is kind of a fun thing because it will send it to the recipients at the time when they have been most likely to open their own emails, when they've shown that they've opened emails historically. So it's keeping track of some of those things. You can schedule it. Okay, you got to be careful that you're getting your time zones right, and your dates, and your hours and minutes. Okay. You can send it with perfect timing. You can time travel it so that it gets to your recipient at a specific time. So let's say you want them to see this at 6 a.m. their time, regardless of where they live. If they're in London, if they're in New York City, if they're in Los Angeles, if they're in Sydney, right? It doesn't matter. They'll see that at 6 o'clock. Okay. So we're just going to cancel it. I'm not actually going to schedule it. Okay. Okay. We could send. I'm not going to send. Which is very, very easy. Very easy to use. Okay. Get out of here. We click exit. That will take you back to, ta-da, the dashboard. They've got surveys in here that you can set up. Here's where we go. We went and we looked at the forms. Here are landing pages. Automations are in beta right now. Maybe we can look at landing pages. See what it lets us do. Okay, so these are landing plates. I'm sorry, squeeze pages that are templates that you could use. These are pretty nice. So there's piles and piles and piles of them. If you need help ever, anytime, it's right over here. And that puts you right into chat. And they're really pretty quick about getting to you too. So let's look at their opt-in pages just to be really quick here. Yeah, these are some reasonably good looking opt-in pages. Webinar pages. Okay. And automation. These are workflows. Workflows are starting to take over autoresponders. The function that autoresponders had. I should show you the autoresponders. Okay, let's see. Let's look at the autoresponders first. Okay, so this is now the time-based autoresponder. I don't have any in here. Okay, so you click on this. All right, and you set up what day you want it to go. I want it to go the first day immediately. I want this one to be time-based. You can also make them dependent on if they're clicked, if they're opened, if someone subscribed, if they landed on a page that you wanted them to land on. That's a goal. If some of their information changed, that one I don't understand. Maybe their birthday. This is pretty interesting. These are pretty nice. I've typically used mostly just time-based. Okay, so here we can choose the we can choose when we want it sent immediately, day 0, immediately, enable for every day of the week, or you could say, but not on Sunday, not on Saturday, for example. If you already have a message written somewhere, you can use this to choose a message, or you can create a new email that would take you right into the email templates, and then name it. I use brackets a lot. Save it. It doesn't have a message, so it's not going to save. But then you also want to make sure after you get the message in there that you have save and publish. Let's see if we can choose a message from somewhere. Okay, we're just going to choose this one. It's not what I would send as a welcome email, but okay, save and publish. And now you can see that we have one here. It's turned on. This particular one is turned on. You can duplicate it. You can edit. You can look at the stats. You can look at it online. You can nix it. You can test it. Okay. Number of contacts that it's been sent to. So that's pretty slick. And that kind of does it for GetResponse. I've enjoyed working here. I've enjoyed using them. They're good people that take good care of you. I've enjoyed it, so I hope that you've gotten some benefit from this little walkthrough.